reading and analysis of maps. Reading and analysis of maps. Reading and analysis of map. Reading and analysis of map. Reading and analysis of map. Dear children, today we will go on to teach our first lesson, 8th class, reading and analysis of maps. Reading and analysis of map. I am asking just a few questions. What is the map? What is the map? A map is a pictorial representation of earth. A map is a pictorial representation of the earth. What is a map? A map is a pictorial representation of the earth. Actually, map, 8th class first lesson, map and photograph. Map and photograph. Map and photograph. Actually, map and photograph. What is the difference between the map and photograph? What is the difference between the map and photograph? Map and photograph. 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 Actually, map, it will be show real feature. It will be show the real feature. Real features. But photograph does not show real feature. Does not show real feature. Real feature does not show the real feature. Map, it will show a real feature. Actually, map used geographers. Who used map? Map used geographer. Who are geographers? A person who studied the physical features of earth. Geographers used map. Geographers used map. Geographers used first map. Those who are studied about the physical features of earth, they are called geographers. They have to use map. First map used geographers. Geographers used map. So a person who studied a physical features of earth, they are called geographer. The person who studies the physical features of earth, they are called geographers. Geographers used map. Map, it will show the real features. Example, distribution of rainfall, soil types. Soil type, red soil, black soil, alluvial soil, different types of soils. It will be show the real feature. But photograph does not show the real features. So map makers always they have to use map makers or geographer used map. Maps. So geographer used maps. Who is the geographers? A person who studied the physical features of map. So that is they are the geographers. They have to use map. Map always it will be shows the real features. But photograph does not show the real features. Does not show the real features. So some cartographers also used a map. What is cartography? What is cartography? Cartography. Cartography. Cartographers also use map. What is cartography? What is cartography? Cartography means the science of making maps is called cartography. What is cartography? The science of making maps is called cartography. What is cartography? The science of making maps. The science of making maps is called cartography. The science of making maps is called cartography. Do you understand? The science of making maps is called cartography. The science of making maps is called cartography. So I will repeat once. What is the map? A map is a pictorial representation of the earth. This is the map. Who used the map? Who used the map? Geographers. Who is the geographer? A person who studied the physical features of map. A person who studied the physical features of map is called geographer. What is the difference between the map and photography? What is the difference between the map and the photograph? Map, it will be shows the real features. It will be shows the real feature. But a photograph does not give the real feature. So some cartographers, they have to use also map. What is cartography? The science of making maps is called cartography. The science of making maps is called cartography. I will give one example now. Geographers and explorers. Geographers and explorers. Geographers and explorers. Geographers. A person who studied the physical features of earth. They are called geographers. Geographers. And the explorers also. Geographers and explorers also. Explorers, they always travel. Explorers, they always travel experience. Those who are experience of travel. Those who are experience of travels or travel experience, they are called explorers. They are called explorers. Explorers and geographers. Geographer means a person who studied the physical features of earth. Explorers means those who have a travel experience. Those who have a travel experience, they are called explorers. They are called explorers. Geographers, Herodotus. Actually, Herodotus, he is father of history. Herodotus, he is a geographer. Actually, he is father of history. Herodotus, father of history. Ptolemy, he is also a geographer. Ptolemy, Herodotus is also Anaximander. Do you understand, children? Geographers, those who are studied about the physical features of earth, they are called geographers. Explorers, those who have a great experience, travel experience, they are called explorers. Geographers, Herodotus, Ptolemy, Anaximander. What is the importance of Anaximander? Anaximander, first he made the world map. He made the world map. Who is the first made the world map? Anaximander. Anaximander. He is a geographer. Geographers Herodotus, Ptolemy, Anaximander. Anaximander, he first made the world map. Now I am asking one question. Who is the first survival India map? India map. James Renner. James Renner. James Renner. James Renner. James Renner. James Renner. So geographers, those who are studied about the physical features of Earth, they are called geographers. Geographer. Herodotus. Herodotus also is a father of history. He is a father of history. He is a father of history. Ptolemy. He is also map maker. All this map. He is also map maker. All this Ptolemy. All this map. Anaximander. He made the first world map. He made the first world map. So James Renner, first India survey India map. James Renner, he made the India map. James Renner. Anaximander, he made the world map. These three are geographers. Geographers. Explorers. Do you have anyone raise your hand? Do you know any explorer? Any explorer? If anyone knows, please raise your hand. No. Explorers. Magellan is a explorer. Magellan. Explorer. Magellan, he is a explorer. He is a explorer. Columbus. He is an explorer. Magellan explorer. Columbus explorer. And Vasco da Gama. He invented sea route from sea route 1498. India sea route. He discovered Indian sea route. Vasco da Gama. He is a explorer. And David Livingstone. So many times I already announced in the classroom his greatness. David Livingstone. He had two tombs. David Livingstone. So they are explorers. The traveler. They experience more experience and travels. So they are explorers. They have to use map. Geographer Herodotus, Ptolemy, Anaximander. Herodotus is the father of history. Ptolemy, all this map. He made all this map. Anaximander, he is the first made world map. James Renner also, he made the Indian map. They are the geographers. Explorers. Which explorers? Those who have a great experience on travel. They have a great experience of travel. So, great experience of travel. Those who are great experience of travel, like a Magellan. Magellan is the first around the map, around the earth. He is the first around the earth. Magellan. What is the importance of Magellan? Actually, he is around the earth, first man around the earth. So Magellan and Columbus Magellan, David Livingstone and Vasco da Gama. Vasco da Gama, he invented sea route India 1498. They have to use a map. So map. How many countries used map? Sumerians. Second, Babylonians. They have to use map. Sumerians, Babylonians, and the Greeks. And Arabs and Chinese. Arabs and Chinese. Arabs and Chinese. Arabs and Chinese. Map used Sumerians, Babylonians, the Greeks, Arabs and Chinese. Arabs and Chinese. Europeans were the early map makers. Europeans. Early map makers. Who is the first early map makers? Europeans. Europeans were the early map makers. So many countries they have to use map. So Sumerians used map, Babylonians and the Greek, Arabs and Chinese. They have to use map. But first map makers, Europeans were the first map makers. Who is the first map makers? Europeans. Who is the first map makers? Europeans. So they have to use also a map. Sumerians, Babylonians, the Greeks, Arabs and Chinese. Arabs and Chinese. So they have to use map. And Portuguese travelers also. Portuguese travelers. Magellan, Vasco da Gama, they are the Portuguese travelers. They are the Portuguese travelers. Marco Polo, actually he is a Italian traveler. Marco Polo, he is a Italian traveler. He explored China and Asia. Marco Polo. Remember this, don't forget these words. Marco Polo, he is a Italian traveler. Who is the Marco Polo? He is a Italian traveler. He explored China and Asia. I will rub this. I will write now on the blackboard. Please write down notes, important notes. Do you understand? So, Portuguese explorers, Magellan, Vasco da Gama, Portuguese explorer, Magellan and Vasco da Gama, they are the Portuguese explorer. Marco Polo, actually he is an Italian traveler. Marco Polo, Italian traveler. Marco Polo, Italian traveler. He explored China and Asia. Don't forget this word. Must and should be have remembered in your mind. So don't forget Marco Polo. He is an Italian traveler. He explored China and Asia. Columbus. He discovered America. America called Americago Vespucci. So Columbus, he invented America. Columbus. Italian traveler Marco Polo, he is an Italian traveler. He explored China and Asia. Columbus, he invented America. Columbus. America. He invented America. Columbus. Who is the first voyage? Do you have anyone? Do you know the answer? Please raise your hand. Do you have first? Who is the first voyage? Magellan. 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 Who is the first voyage? Magellan is the first voyage. Magellan is the first voyage. Who invented America? Columbus. Who is the Italian traveler? Who is the Italian traveler? Amma? Marco Polo. Marco Polo is an Italian. He explored China and Asia. He explored China and Asia. Do you understand? Now I am asking you some questions. What is a map? A map is a pictorial representation of the earth. Who used the map? Geographers. Who are geographers? Those who have studied about the physical features of earth. They are called geographers. Who is the geographers? Geographers.
They have studied
Who studied the physical features of earth? Examples: Vasco da Gama, geographers. Vasco da Gama, Ptolemy, Anaximander. Who is the first making world map? Anaximander. World map making first world map. Who is the first making world map? Anaximander. Who is the first to make the Indian map in survival Indian map? James Renner. For the purpose of survey. Geographers and explorers, they have to use map. Who are the explorers? Who are the explorers? Who experience of the travel. Those who have a experience of the travel, they are called explorers. They are called explorers. Columbus, Vasco da Gama, David Livingstone, they are explorers. So they have to use map. So map makers, cartographer. What is cartography? The making maps of cartography. The science of making maps. The science of making maps is called cartography. What is cartography? The science of making maps is called cartography. The science of making maps is called cartography. So some countries, they have to use map. Sumerians, Babylonians, the Greeks and Arabs and Chinese. Europeans were the first early map makers. Europeans were the early map makers. Explorers. Vasco da Gama, he invented sea route India. Portuguese explorers, Magellan and Vasco da Gama. Marco Polo, actually he is an Italian traveler. Marco Polo, he is an Italian traveler. He explored China and Asia. Columbus, America. Explored America. Columbus. Who is the first voyage? Magellan is the first voyage. Do you understand? So once upon a time, Greeks used map. How they have to use map? How they have to use map? Do you understand this? Okay, I will rub this. I will rub now. So now we will discussing about Greeks. Greeks map at present. Greeks maps. They try to make the map accurate with the help of longitudes. They have accurate with the help of longitudes. Greeks maps. Greece. Greeks maps. Greeks map. They tried to accurate with the help of latitude. With the help of latitude. Accurate with the help of latitude. Accurate with the help of latitude and longitude. Latitude and longitudes. Do you understand, children? Greeks map at present map. Greeks, how they used map? How they used map? Greeks map. They try to make the maps. They try to make the map. The Greeks map. They try to make the map accurate with the help of latitudes and longitudes. Latitudes and longitudes. Latitudes and latitudes. Latitudes and longitudes. Dear children, please listen carefully. Greeks map and now at present map. Greeks map and at present map. They try to make the maps with the help of latitudes and longitudes. With the help of latitudes and longitudes. With the help of latitude and longitudes. That is the first. Maps were made to help the sailors. To help the sailors. They made maps. They made maps with the help of help of sailors. With the help of sailors. This is the Greeks maps. This is the Greeks maps. So Greeks map, they tried to the map to help of the latitude and longitude. Latitude and latitude. Longitude and latitude. What are latitude and what are longitudes? What are latitude? The imaginary lines drawn from the North Pole to South Pole is called North Pole to South Pole is called North Pole and South Pole is called the imaginary lines drawn from the imaginary line drawn from the west to east called latitude. Do you understand? So, how latitude and latitude work? How the latitude and longitude to help of the grid, to help of the grid, to help of the grid. What is a grid? A network of latitude and longitude. What is a grid? A grid is a network of latitude and longitude. That is the grid. A network of latitude and longitude is called grid. So the Greeks map, they try to maps accurate with the help of latitudes and longitudes. Accurate with the help of latitudes and longitudes. The maps were made to help the sailors. The map were made to the sailors. But now, at present map, this is the Greek maps. This is the Greek map. They have to use only to accurate with the help of latitude and longitudes. To help of the latitude and to help of the sailors. To help of the sailors, with the help of the sailors. But now at present maps. The map are very accurate, detailed the help of the satellites. Greek maps at present map with the help of the satellites. Accurate with the help of satellites. With the help of the satellites. With the help of the satellites. With the help of the satellite. Map are used extensively for a particular developing country. Particular developing country. They have to use developing countries. Developing countries. So this is the at present map. That is the Greece map. These are the two basically different types of maps. One the Greek map and now at present map. At present map at a accurate with the help of the satellites. With the help of the satellites. At present map. At present map. Greek maps they have to use latitude and longitude. Latitude and latitudes. So how latitude longitude to work because of the only grid. Because of the only grid. What is a grid? A grid is a network of latitude and longitude. A grid is a network of latitude and longitude. That is the grid. So in Greek period they have to calculate with the help of the latitude and longitude and with the help of the sailors. But now at present map with the help of accurate with the help of the satellites and to developing the country. To developing the country. So this is the Greek maps and at present map. This is the at present map and Greek map. Now we will discuss about British map and Ptolemy map. British map and Ptolemy map. British map. Do you understand, children? Greek map and at present map. Do you understand? At present map and Greek map. Greek map and at present map. Now we will discuss British map. British map. British map. Actually, they prepared map, established their rule. They prepared their map, they ruled. They prepared their map. They prepared map, established their rule over the area, or also exploit their resources. They prepared map, they ruled. They prepared map, they ruled to conquer places. Sometimes they paid some tributes. They have to use some lands. So they won't thinking. And they won't establish their own rule or areas to exploit their resources. This map gives more information of their colonies. Actually, they conquered many places, Britishers. So they get more information about their colonies. They get more information. They get more information about their colonies. So children, tomorrow we will discuss about the British map and all agency map. So thank you very much.